Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Chat, an opportunity to get to know the CPRS Vancouver Island members better. Today, we're chatting with Jonathan Dick. Hi, Jonathan. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty great. Thank you. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Can't complain. To start out, can you tell me a bit about why you joined CPRS Vancouver Island?
Sure. So my wife and I moved to Vancouver Island in 2016, where I started a job at BC Transit. And so part of my journey to BC Transit was actually meeting two members of the BC Transit management team who were part of CPRS. And so I met Anita and John at the conference in Banff. And so that was part of how I ended up finding out about the job at BC Transit, and two great people that I had the opportunity to work with when I moved down to the island. And so I used to be part of CPRS Northern Lights and up in Prince George, and held a number of positions on their board and was a very active member up there, and just really loved the community that they were able to foster and the connection that you get as part of CPRS. And so when I moved to Vancouver Island, I transferred my membership to the Vancouver Island chapter. And, I have to say that I think that the board here and the chapter is doing a really great job of fostering that feeling and sense of community as well. And it's too bad that the pandemic hit and we can't have our casual happy hours at Moxie's, and we can't have our in-person Pro D, but I think that you can still feel that CPRS community and that CPRS family. And I do strongly believe that as a profession, it's important to be part of a professional association, and CPRS offers that for me and for others. And so I've always really enjoyed the opportunity to be part of CPRS and the community that it fosters.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I agree. It's been wonderful to have this connection. I joined during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And so to still feel that connection, even though I haven't met anybody in person, has been really nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite word or expression that you like to use?
Yes, so I did my APR a couple of years ago. So I wrote it in 2017 and was a successful candidate as part of the 2018 group. So got to go to PEI and was part of that conference to walk across the stage. But that was the year that the white paper from Daniel Tisch was released. And so the quote that really resonates with me is, "We've heard the cliche that content is king. A better axiom for today is that relationships are royalty. Content must serve the organization's public relationships." And I think that is a great quote about where public relations is going, and that it is about the relationships that you have and that piece of work. So that's a quote that really sticks with me.
Yeah, I love that too. Meaningful content is really, where it's at these days. That's what we're learning a lot about at school. And so that's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
So what would you say an average day is like in public relations?
Yeah, so I'm actually in the middle of a job change right now. So I'm with BC Transit right now, and their communications manager, and I'm in the transition of going over to the Victoria Foundation, which I'm very excited about, and to be their director of communications and community engagement. So I've worked in public relations for approximately 10 years, and so something that I think that one of the keys for public relations is that a lot of 2 days aren't the same. I mean, there's a lot of great projects that you can work on, and there's a lot of variety in the role. And in the public relations shops that I've been able to work in with Northern Health and with BC Transit, it's allowed you to have that breadth of experience and being able to cross a lot of different areas of public relations and of communication. So it's something that I think that part of the key of public relations in the world that I've lived in over the last number of years is some of the keys for daily activities are trying to figure out what stories you want to tell and how you want to tell them for the organization, whether they're stories that are very positive and that you're excited to get out to the public, or there might be stories that might require some sensitivity, and you might have to find a way, and dealing with partnerships and all those types of factors that you have to consider. And so I think that that's a really key thing in the way that we deal with public relations in today's society, and it's something that really is part of the day-to-day activities. And I think that every day is a different journey, I guess is the best way to put it as I started this answer. And so it really depends on what you're walking into that day. And that could even be from the reactive side where you're not sure what type of media call is going to come in, or what type of news might be happening, whether it's directly about your organization or about another organization that could eventually filter down to yours. I've spent the last 10 years in government, so that's the partnerships there have been really great, and working alongside our government partners as we go, and just trying to find proactive ways to tell great stories.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, how have you kept yourself entertained during this past year?
Yeah, so we have my wife and I have a 2-year-old son. His name's Isaac, and so he keeps us entertained. So there's not much that we have to do to keep ourselves entertained. He keeps us moving, and he makes sure to go and grab his boots and tell us when it's time to go outside, and when he's ready to go for a walk. So he keeps us running, and we're actually anticipating our second child to be coming in the next month. And so for us, a lot of our world over the last few months has just been preparing for baby number 2 as we go. But I think that the other piece is, how do you keep yourself motivated and engaged at work, because it is something that we're at BC Transit, it's still extremely busy. It's something that the workload hasn't slowed down throughout the pandemic, and in fact, I mean, like many organizations out there, it is something that, especially early on, you were dealing with a lot of changes and trying to adjust as you went. And so, at work as well, like trying to keep the team and the culture great. We've been doing a lot of fun things, like we do virtual check-ins with the team twice a week, and then we've done group chats where we share interesting photos of ourselves or of interesting things happening in our lives. So that's how we've been trying to keep that entertainment and light feeling at work as we work together to get through the pandemic. So at home, it's a lot of chasing a toddler around, which, as with anybody that has kids knows, can be an adventure on its own. And then at work, it's great to work with such a fantastic team that is willing to participate in these activities and willing to share themselves at work and come to work with their full being.
Yeah, that's great. I definitely have experienced that. My son is almost 20.
Oh yeah.
He's not, I'm not there anymore, but I still recall vividly, he used to run laps around the coffee table around that age. And I just would watch it and I'd be like, I don't know where you get all that energy.
Yeah, totally.
And at work as well, at Royal Roads, we have our meetings, and it's really enabled me to again, I've never met my colleagues for the most part. And so we have our chats, and I get to know them in a way I never would have otherwise. They've seen the inside of my house. My cats walk by the screen, or I'll show them intentionally the cats. Yep. And it's a nice way, both at school and at work, to sort of see sides of people you wouldn't normally see. So
definitely. I mean, I think that you're right on that point of and it's been interesting just in this work from home environment, seeing how different people their different interests and the way that they show themselves, or even being able to see a piece of art behind them in their screen, or seeing kids or cats or other things come in. I mean, it's really disrupted the way that we've normally done business in society in general. But I think it's actually been a really positive in that sense, is that people are able to show off a different side of them, and we're able to get to know people differently. And I mean, I think, even though you're not chasing around a 2-year-old, it's still, I think you can tell me if I'm wrong, but you still chase at any age, right? Is that still correct?
Just in a different way.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's great. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today. It's been lovely. And anybody else who'd like to participate in our video series, you can reach out to us through social media channels. Until next time, everyone, goodbye.